town where nothing ever happened, everyone trusted Daniel Mercer. He coached the local youth team. He volunteered at fundraisers. He fixed broken fences without being asked. Returned lost wallets with every dollar still inside when people spoke about him. They used the same words every time: kind, reliable, safe. That's why no one questioned him when the first report came in. Woman named Rachel Boone went missing on a Tuesday evening. Her car was found parked neatly outside her house. No signs of struggle, no forced entry. Her phone was on the kitchen counter, plugged in mid-charge. Police called it a possible voluntary disappearance. Daniel agreed. He even helped search. He organized volunteers, printed flyers, knocked on doors. He comforted Rachel's sister on camera, telling reporters the town would bring her home. His face was everywhere on the news and social posts leading candlelight vigils. And then another woman disappeared, Emily Park. Same age range, same neighborhood, same timing, early evening, same quiet absence, no witnesses, no noise, just gone. This time, police started to worry. Still, Daniel remained helpful. He offered his truck, shared local maps, suggested routes. He remembered small details about both women's routines, details that felt thoughtful at first. Too thoughtful. Detective Laura Hensley noticed it during an interview. Daniel corrected her timeline once, then twice. He knew exactly what time Emily usually left work. He knew Rachel's favorite walking path. When asked how, he smiled and said, small towns notice things. The evidence didn't accuse him. Not yet, but patterns were forming. Both women trusted Daniel. Both had spoken to him within 24 hours of vanishing, and both had been last seen in places Daniel regularly visited. Places no one would question him being. The town refused to believe it. This isn't who he is. People said he's helped everyone. They said, but evidence doesn't care about reputation, and soon it would speak louder than the town ever could. By the third disappearance, trust began to crack. Megan Holloway, a school administrator, vanished on a Friday night. Her security cameras showed her locking the front door at 6:42 p.m. After that, nothing. No one entered. No one left. Except one thing the camera caught, a familiar truck passing slowly by at 6:47 p.m. Daniel Mercer's. When questioned, Daniel didn't hesitate. He said he'd been delivering donation boxes for the weekend fundraiser. He even produced text messages to prove it. Times lined up perfectly, too perfectly. Detective Laura Hensley requested phone records. Daniel handed over his phone willingly. He joked about it. Guess this is how you clear your name these days, he said. But Dana doesn't joke. His phone showed activity calls, messages, location pings, while surveillance footage placed his truck miles away. The movements overlapped in ways that shouldn't have been possible. A technician quietly explained it. Someone had been using scheduled messages and location masking, apps that required planning, experience. Meanwhile, search teams found something else. In a wooded area outside town, dogs alerted near a shallow creek. Buried beneath leaves was a scarf. Megan's scarf clean, carefully folded, placed, not dropped. And nearby tire impressions matching Daniel's truck. Still, town resisted. People argued coincidence, said Daniel was being targeted because he was visible, helpful, easy to blame. Social media filled with posts defending him. Then Detective Hensley made a decision. She re-interviewed everyone Daniel had helped in the past 5 years. A pattern emerged. Women in emotional distress, new to town, recently divorced, isolated. All had spoken to Daniel privately at some point. All described him the same way. Listen, he made me feel safe. He said he understood. One woman remembered something else. Daniel once told her, quietly, people tell me things they don't tell anyone else. Search warrants followed. When police entered Daniel's garage, they didn't find weapons or blood. They found organization, labeled containers, clean tools, plastic sheeting folded with military precision, a notebook, not a diary, but a schedule, dates, times, initials, not names. Initials are harder to prove, but evidence was done waiting, and Daniel Mercer was about to learn that trust doesn't erase facts, it just delays them. Daniel Mercer was arrested quietly. No sirens, no handcuffs in public. Police brought him in under the excuse of additional questions, careful not to ignite the town that still believed in him. In the interrogation room, Daniel was calm. He asked for water. He joked about the uncomfortable chair. When Detective Laura Hensley placed photos of the notebook on the table, he didn't flinch. "Those are initials," he said. "You'll never prove what they mean." He was right at first. Forensic analysts found traces in the garage, not blood. Daniel was too careful for that, but fibers. Carpet strands that matched the missing women's homes. Soil consistent with the creek bed. Microscopic, invisible to the eye, undeniable under a lens. Then the digital evidence spoke again. A deleted folder was recovered from Daniel's phone. Inside were voice memos, short recordings, each labeled only with a date. One played softly in the room, a woman's voice trembling. "Don't feel safe anymore." Then Daniel's voice calm, reassuring. "Practice, you can trust me." Detective Hensley recognized it immediately. It was Rachel Boone. Another recording followed, then another. Different women, same tone, same promise. Daniel's smile faded for the first time, but the case still needed bodies. Proof the town could not argue with. Search teams returned to the woods, this time guided by the notebook's dates. Beneath a stand of trees, they found disturbed earth. Then another site, and another. Town watched as evidence tents appeared where picnic blankets once lay. News cameras arrived. So did silence during a final interview. Daniel finally spoke without rehearsed kindness. "They trusted me," he said. That was the point. When asked why he helped search for, and why he comforted families, why he stood at vigils, he leaned forward and whispered, "Because it made it cleaner." The courtroom was packed on the first day of trial. People who once defended him sat with their heads down. Some cried, some stared, still searching for the man they thought they knew. But the evidence didn't change, and it wasn't finished speaking yet. The verdict took less than 3 hours. Guilty on all counts. No gasps, no outbursts, just the sound of a town finally exhaling after months of holding its breath. Daniel Mercer stood as the decision was read, hands folded, expression empty, like the role he had been playing was finally over. During sentencing, families spoke. Rachel Boone's sister described how trust had become something she feared. Emily Park's parents said they still listened for a knock that would never come. Megan Holloway's daughter asked one question that echoed through the courtroom. How did no one see it? Daniel declined to speak, but the evidence spoke one last time. Prosecutors revealed that Daniel kept no trophies because he didn't want reminders. What he wanted was control. Trust wasn't a disguise, it was the weapon. He built it carefully, patiently, knowing the town would protect him long after the truth arrived. The judge sentenced him to life without parole. As Daniel was led away, no one reached for him. No one called his name. The man who once belonged to everyone now belonged to a cell. The town tried to return to normal. Fundraisers resumed. The field where Daniel once coached was renamed. His name was removed from plaques, photos, records, as if erasing it could undo the damage. But something had changed. People locked doors earlier. Conversations ended sooner. Help was offered with hesitation instead of warmth. Trust once freely given now came with questions. Detective Laura Hensley closed the file with a note she kept to herself. Monsters don't always hide. Sometimes they blend in so well that you invite them in. Years later, when documentaries replayed Daniel's smiling face and neighbors were asked how they missed the signs, the answers were always the same. He was there for us. He helped everyone. We trusted him. And that was the most disturbing evidence of all, because evil doesn't always look dangerous. Sometimes it looks like someone you know.